Hello, IK here. Welcome to Stripe.js. Company named Stripe offer Stripe.js library. What offer us? Stripe.js library offer us payment by card, by credit card. It is about transaction money between two banks, between banks of our credit card and the Stripe dashboard, our temporary bank's Stripe. Order for that transactions coming from our front end e-commerce. 3 points are here in play. Our e-commerce, Stripe service for paying, and vendor of our credit card. Whom to believe is question now. Believe in bank's business. There is a no, it's something like that. No one believe no one because there is a no communication between React, our e-commerce, front end, React.js, and Stripe. No communication between our Express Node.js backend of our e-commerce with Stripe. No communication, no believing, and no dangers. How communicate like it is in our diagram. Stripe.js, go to Stripe, go to React.js, front end of our e-commerce, and go to Node.js, backend of our e-commerce, and the Stripe.js dashboard, our temporary banks, and communicate with Stripe.js in React and in Node.js. When you registered in Stripe, you will see in your dashboard a public key and secret key. Public, public key coming here in parameter of load Stripe. Not public, but publishable key. Publishable key go as parameter of function load Stripe. And it would be declaration object Stripe promise. Operation where our e-commerce must communicate from some service outside of our e-commerce. It is asynchronous process. And for that asynchronous process, we use Stripe library have a promise object. And here it is, we call it Stripe promise. And by that Stripe promise object, it would be asynchronous communication. Asynchronous communication between whom? Between Stripe with Stripe. Also, it is now here for index.js. We look at now in index.js, and we created that object Stripe promise, and that object is important for all asynchronous communication between our e-commerce and Stripe. Of course, we must install Stripe slash Stripe dash JS. Here it is. And Stripe, React Stripe. Of course, it is like Redux. Redux is separate application, separate software, separate library from React library. And we must have package between React Redux. Like now here, we must have a package React Stripe also. And here is what we import in index. It is entry point in our React application. We import load Stripe. You see, it is function what created by publishable key, what created object Stripe promise. Elements from React Stripe JS. Elements is something like hooks function between React Redux, but better say it is provider. We will see later. It is a vendor of Stripe, and the payment page would be created for us. Artificial intelligence created payment page. ChatGPT or DeepSea created code complete for, but there is a lot of confusion in that creation, and I must study, I must correct some code, eliminate. For example, construction Stripe promise. Artificial put here in index.js, but also put in app.js and etc. etc. There is a lot of mistakes, and because I'm new in this object, I must study step by step, and together with the artificial, some would be eliminate, some eliminate from code, and at last I have a clear coding, and I have clear understanding. How you know that you understand, that you spoke, that you tell artificial intelligence your explanation step by step, and ask that artificial said yes or no, not other. And your statement, you told something, explained something, and ask yes or no. Artificial said yes, 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 yes on all your talking, explanation, and it means that your thinking is correct. You know that all process, and that explanation now, after I explain it artificial and have all yes, 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 now I explain it. I'm ready for record this video. Okay, load Stripe function coming from Stripe package Stripe.js. It is only coming from Stripe.js library. But elements coming from Stripe, React Stripe. It is something what connect. It give us element what can be in front end in our React and can be in Stripe. Element who and who can it be? It is front end. It is component where is element for data card data for entering, element for entering card data, credit card data, and that element is in our front end, React front end, because customer must see that form, and that form is a payment page, and put data of credit card in that element in that form. It is that form is in React in front end, but also that data must go to Stripe and would be it go to Stripe directly, and Stripe in our front end take that data and transmit to Stripe dashboard. To Stripe dashboard. It means that data from elements, data from elements go directly, not by our backend, go directly to Stripe. It is that communication. It means that customer put data in form and submit form. That data would be, of course, encrypt in cryptographic go to Stripe and the Stripe in Stripe dashboard manipulate it. Okay, that process we will see in code completely. It means that a load Stripe, it means what name said. We need Stripe in our front end. Now it is index.js. We are front end of our e-commerce, and function load Stripe in our front end. It means that Stripe dashboard now loaded Stripe in our front end, and it would be always part of our e-commerce application. Elements also. Elements is provider of Stripe's elements. And the payment page is form. In that form would be Stripe elements. Thank you. Page is our creation. How we want after process finished that we thanks customer for make purchase to in our e-commerce. Index.js is entry point in our e-commerce application, and all what happened here is important for all application. We have load Stripe, we have elements, we have payment page, and here it is. We have declared Stripe promise, and look at where it is interact all that subject. Here it is in root. When would be this path would be opened in all what we open here, all paths go in outlet in app.js. Root would be open element, this one element. You see, this element is syntax of that element is it is a React element, but that element is a vendor of Stripe promise. Look at here, elements coming from package React Stripe, and there is a props Stripe equal Stripe promise, and inside of that elements here it is payment page. It means that payment page, what we look at now, payment page, all elements on payment page would be in control of Stripe promise. Data go asynchronous by Stripe promise, by Stripe promise. If you remember this construction where we have with one React element wrap wrapped concretely it would be app.js. Here it is in look at this is index. Here it is index. Here it is provider. It is closing tag and open tag is here. Provider element. Provider element coming, look at here, provider coming from a React Redux. Also, elements coming from a React Stripe, React Stripe. And like here, provider of that connection, provider that connection between React Redux, name is provided, but like it, here element, and you see provider, there is a store props equal store object, and store object is all state. In store object, we have a state, public state of our application. It is a store is a main part of Redux. In store is a state, and provider connect Redux and React. Store is Redux. And what is React? React is app. Here it is app. It is a fundamental component of React, And the provider element wrap app component. It is in index, and it would be in memory before any rendering of other component and any rendering of app. You see, provider wrap and store here would be in memory before app. And after store is in memory, we call components like we call. Component go routing, and what would be initial state? Initial state would be ready in memory, waiting for, because this store would be in memory, and all initial state of state in store, every state in store, there is initial value, and opening rendering component after store was installed, component will see in initial rendering, will see initial value. Okay, let's get down. Here it is. Elements, you see how it is same syntax. Elements wrap payment page, open and close tag, React elements. It is React Stripe elements, but React in React elements syntax. And Stripe here is a Stripe promise, like there was a store ready. Now in memory would be ready Stripe promise. Stripe promise. And that Stripe promise need to make request respond between element in page, payment page, and Stripe JS. Elements on payment page, what carry data is in domain of Stripe with here, but also uh, permit customer that type data of card in payment page. Okay, let's get see payment page. A payment page. Payment page. Here it is. Uh, payment payment page. What is important for us is uh, return. It is a class. It is form. Look at form on submit. Form call handle submit, and in that form we have an element for cardholder name. It is only one element here, what communicate by use state. Why? Because it is interesting that Stripe need only only number of cards. And with that number of cards, Stripe will go to vendor of that card and would have all other data, name of owner of card, expired date, CVC. And because of that, we need here, we need from customer put only card number, and all other would be known to Stripe. But it is very unusual that customers see only credit number when in other places it is user experience that when putting data in form, we see card owner name, card number, expiry date, and CVC. And here, artificial coded without this name, only coded number, input for number of credit card, expire, and CVC. And I added, I asked for added this cardholder name, and in our discussion, artificial insist that it is a good practice to put name because in test situation like you are when you register in Stripe, you are in test position, and in test position, it is not real credit card. It is credit card what give us Stripe. It is credit card with 4242 and type it 4 times. 4242, 4242, 4242, 4242. It is format of every credit card. And that number, only that number can give you test options where would happen. Buying would happen, simulate payment. Payment is okay, and order ID order in database change status from pending to paid to paid. Who what do we will see in the future, but it is about page payment page. Of course, artificial offer two component, payment page and payment form. It would same too, and you decided how you call this. I call it. I choose payment page. Okay, and in but it is not enough only number in a real situation, uh, when Stripe, when it is not sure that every vendor of card uh, give give all necessity data without customer don't put it in. And because of that, we need field in a real situation, a name of their card, uh, expire, number card, expire, and CVC. When you put only that number 42, you must type, but all other, this in test situation, but all other CVC must be year, must be future years. Any one future year cannot be a past year. Okay, and CVC what you want, three numbers, and it's all. And the name you in test position name you put what you want, but must be number 42 four times. This element in we are now looking in payment page. We have an element for name, cardholder name, but it is cardholder name. It go because it is not secret, and it go by a user state. But all other is secret, and all other don't go by a user state. What other number, cardholder name is here. You see, it is go like we know by use state and set cardholder name function here. What we type, but other card number, there is it is not input element. It is card number element. It is element. It is card number. It is element from Stripe. It is Stripe. It's coming from React Stripe package. React Stripe. It is card number element. And here it is card expire element and card CVC element. You see that three card, but all that would be tokenized by Stripe technology and go like tokenized to Stripe from front end, from React, where customer put data. It go directly to Stripe dashboard, our temporary bank, of course, in one token, go card name, all complete go from that, go in one token, we will see that token. You see how Stripe have install Stripe in our front end. It is all in front end. What we look at now, we look at index.js. It is entry point of our application. Publishable key. It is and these elements and load Stripe and all that construction and these elements in the payment page. Okay. Now we can go to see what is on backend. Payment page is in front end. It is in React, but backend is Node.js Express application. Express application, what we use in Node.js. It is backend of our React. React is front end, Express is backend, but together front end in backend is our e-commerce application. And Stripe is dependency. It is outside service to whom we communicate asynchronously, thanks to by M of Stripe promise. We must log in if we want purchase something. Fiona. Authentication and authorization. Fiona. Login. Okay. Now we can buy something. Here is add to basket. I can buy 2 parts, 357.84. Let's get down. Checkout. When I put checkout, now checkout. This moment, thank you for your purchase. It is wrong. Might be thank you for you put order. And it is not, now we have orders in our database. Here is a database, orders. Now is this last one is 84. Now refresh. We have 85. User is 14. It is Fiona. And the date is here this moment, pending. And our order is in status pending. And here is amount. We have data, what we need to have to pay it. We must have order, and after have order, we can pay. Order ID and amount. It is important for Stripe is important amount, but Stripe must have all element, must know order ID, because Stripe have transactions, also table of transactions, and must know that amount go for order, which for order ID. And we have here the order ID, user ID, and amount. We call that total amount. Okay, now we must pay it. We must pay it. Here it is. Of course, I will correct this. Thank you, etc. Now I can download invoice. Download invoice. Invoice go in download folder, and that invoice is in my computer, and I can pay it. It is the most primitive kind of paying is take account invoice have in your computer, and you pay by your bank when you want. When you want. Okay, it is this possibility. And also we can pay with Stripe. It is with credit card by service Stripe. And I click here, pay with the service Stripe. And what I see now is payment page. Here in card holder Fiona Davis. Card number is 242 42 42 42 42 42. You look at, but you can type uh, how long it is until it stop to accept your typing. And expire date 2034. 34. It is future years. And tab CVC 567. Tab now I can pay that amount. Click in pay. Uh, I don't need this alert because I have this. Thank you. Thank you for your payment. It's a confirmation page. Confirmation page coming from. It created one canvas created from scratch, created artificial intelligence. ChatGPT or Deep Seek, never mind. Both are good, but depends about connection. When one stop, I go in other, and contrary. Go to home. It is little fireworks here, not so visible. Go to home. And okay, let's get see to database. Here is 85, but pending. But now after refresh, we see paid. Paid is 85 is paid. Now with that status, I'm ready in last component in my e-commerce. It is shipping. But okay, back to Stripe. Every software, every features in software is question of data flow. And in our card payment, data flow start from this address. When we click paid by Stripe, this address would be activate. This path would be activated. It means that we in address have order ID. And we start with data order ID. From here in index, we declare that would be opened payment page. When this address happened, payment page would be open. And of course, payment page take it order ID from address by params properties. And that by params, we will have in payment page, we will have order ID. It is only one data what we start in payment page, but we need also amount of that order ID. Let's get see now from here how that order ID go from address, go to payment page. We follow data. Payment page. Here it is. We declare order ID. We declare by a hook function use params. I said some properties before. Now it is hook functions. Use params. And now we have order ID here. Order ID, okay, use params. And all other total amount. It is interesting that Here we have a card holder name and set card holder name. It is a card holder don't need, but I want it, and it is here like by use statement manager, manage by use state, and after that take by Stripe and go to Stripe. Also here we have total amount and set total amount by use state, and loading is a flag. It's a flag for yes, no, it is one or zero, false, true for some processes, disable some processes or enable. Okay, we have total amount. We need total amount. We need order ID, and we have it by use params from address. But how we have total amount, uh, initial value is zero. It means that total amount is object. Total amount is zero, and it is not array. And card holder and card holder name, we have set card holder. It is the structure. All this is a destructured assignment. It means a left side is object or array where uh, where every members of object or array we can use separately. We don't call name of object because there is no name of object, name of array. We can use separately. Here we have only one number, order ID, object order ID here. Also here we have total amount in this array. Array is total amount, it is state, and function set total amount. Total amount, and card holder name is empty. Is empty initial value, and loading is false. Okay, it is part like before. Uh, don't have nothing with Stripe, but all other number, what we see number of card expire and CVC, it is not by use state. It goes directly to Stripe. Practically, we can say from Stripe to Stripe. And here we must declare that Stripe. We have a hook for that, use Stripe. It is not destructured assignment because Stripe is a function. It is not object. It is not array. Also elements is functions, and use elements right side is hook. That hook use Stripe and use elements coming from what? From what package? What must be package? Package must be React Stripe because we create it in front end of our e-commerce. But uh, it would be it is that Stripe from Stripe in our front end, and that Stripe would be communicate. That Stripe would have a possibility to communicate with the Stripe dashboard. Stripe dashboard. Also elements here, it is declared here in front end, but it is communicate, transmit value of that elements to with Stripe dashboard. It is from our Stripe in front end, communicate with because our front end don't communicate with backend. Our backend don't communicate that data, security data, that card data, but Stripe from front end send directly to Stripe dashboard. We'll see how. Constant navigate here is where we want to go after payment is okay. We go to Thanksgiving, thank for buying, for purchase. And we have order ID. Now use effect after event mount was component was mounting, start use effect and fetch order amount, take from database, fetch by order ID, fetch amount. It is standard, set total amount, convert to number and total amount. And for that, we have request to endpoint. Endpoint is orders, order ID. We have order. By this endpoint, we will find order amount. This orders ID, this endpoint is here in, here it is. It is endpoint order ID, and it is, here we have nothing with Stripe. It is communication between front end, back end, and the database. And from database, you see, we know from orders where order ID, we take all asterisks here means we select all. In order query, we have all fields from database orders. And from that fields, we will take what we want, but here it is, all fields go back to response, request response in hypertext transfer protocol, and response order, and we have order back in our on our front end side. Okay, let's get back to front end, to payment page. To payment page, here it is, payment page. This result, this response coming here, we declare response, and response equal this right side. Result of right side is asynchronous process, and it is order. And now in response, we have all fields of order, but set total amount is interesting for us. Converting a number, response, data, total amount. We take from all fields, we take only total amount. And now now total amount is a total underscore amount. It is a value from our database because this set total amount. Total amount is here. Start with 0, and now it is total amount, and now we have a value from our database. And this moment from here longer, further, we have a real value from database total amount. Okay, and it is use effect. And when we click on submit form called handle submit. And now we enter data in Stripe element, React Stripe element, and we push, we click on button submit, submit, and the event handler is handle submit. Handle submit. It call form. It is submit is event for form. Look at down. Return form form call on submit event call handler submit, because the button is submit, and this moment when we click on that button create event on submit, and it is not on click but on submit, and on submit is event in the level of form, and form call on submit, and handler submit, and we can see now all happen with that handler, inside of that handler. It is now very interesting who with whom communicate. Okay, it is present default behavior of form. And of course, if exist Stripe, if not exist any one of these three, if don't exist Stripe, don't exist elements, we declare all that. And if total amount equal any of that, will not, we stop, program would be stopped. But in contrary, if we're ready for go further, we can set loading to true, because we stop. We stop the possibility again click on button. We blocked button. Cannot more times click on button. It is set loading true. It means what said name. Loading is in process. Start. Loading is start. In construction try catch, we have construction try catch. It is against uncode error, against a black screen if error happened, with a lot of hieroglyph, but maybe and sensible data on the screen, and because of try catch would not be uncode error. Okay, we again in data would be result of this request. And what we request in that endpoint, we request create payment intent, not payment, but payment intent. It is very interesting, because we have order ID, we have amount, and okay, we have all elements, and we have card, data card, enter it. We have all elements in that data, on that card, pay amount for that order ID. But no, it is not go like that. But we ask, we we request this endpoint. Create payment intent. Create payment intent. And it go to backend. Our front end communicate with backend and ask this from backend. We will see why don't send it by Skype, Stripe, by Stripe, directly to Stripe. We will see now when we go to backend. Create payment intent. Let's see in backend. Create, it is order ID. Create, here it is. Create payment intent. Total amount and order ID. It would be a take from request body, total amount and order ID. And look at now, we must convert a value in cents. And amount in cents, month round, total amount, it is okay, it is number, amount must be in cents. A Stripe request that in cents, amount coming in cents. And look at now, declare payment intent. We are in backend. Backend create payment intent and communicate with Stripe. We first time see communication backend with Stripe dashboard, but with Stripe object. It is not communication directly. It is communication by Stripe. And Stripe, there is payment intents, properties, and there is create method. And here, amount in cents, currency, and metadata, order ID. Payment intent. Payment intent is token, would be token with this amount, currency, and metadata. And never go to front end. Stay in backend. Backend, you see, if we call Stripe directly from front end, we must create payment intent to front end. But front end is more sensitive than server, than backend. Because of that, we must go to backend first, and backend contact Stripe. Because backend, our backend node.js will save, we take care about token payment intent. This very, very secret important data, and it is in server, and that payment intent, we use Stripe because this Stripe, and it is not, it is a Stripe for Express, for backend Stripe. It is a Stripe what created by secret key. We have publishable key. It is in index for front side, but this Stripe here is in backend, in Express, and use secret key, because secret key not visible. Secret key is here. Secret key we have from look at secret Stripe secret key is in another folder, and that secret Stripe secret key is not visible in here, but we use look at here, constant require Stripe, but we use Stripe secret key. It is a double security. It is we don't write here secret key directly, but we write it in another folder. And from another folder, we have this constant Stripe Stripe secret key. That we have two key we receive two key from Stripe when we registered it first time. And it is a publishable key and the secret key. Secret key is always on the backend. And because of that secret key, we don't go directly from front end, but we go to backend, and the backend use Stripe with the secret key. Stripe with secret key. Doc, but front end use Stripe with the publishable key, but it is not end yet more. It is not still end. There is a lot of security. Okay, it is here, and let's get down. Continue. Order ID. Create payment intent, and now we have payment intent. Who give us a payment intent? Stripe. We go asynchron, you see, who, why possible asynchron? Stripe promise give us a Stripe promise because our payment page is inside Stripe promise for um, for communication, asynchronous communication. And Stripe, there is a payment intent properties, and that properties there is a function create, and payment intent would be crypto in would be token with amount in cents, currency USD, we can change it, and metadata is order ID. Order ID, you see, it is curly brackets, it is object. Okay. And now payment intent is here in server side, where is more secure. And what would be sent back to front end? Would be sent client secret. It is response. Response send client secret. Client secret coming from payment. Payment intent is token here in server, very important and very, very secure with the secret key, Stripe, and that client secret, what is again one token. Look at payment intent. There is client secret properties, and that client secret go to front end. All process here, front end, communicate with backend, not directly with communicate with backend and endpoint. Communicate endpoint, create payment intent. And payment intent, we need prepare what Stripe ask from us. Prepare that amount must be in cents. We create it, that there is amount and there is order ID, and amount must be in cents, and backend server Express have a secret key. Stripe, what created in backend is secure by secret key, and backend by Stripe communicate with Stripe, asking for payment intent and receive payment intent, but that payment intent don't go to front end like ultimately result. No, ultimately result is client secret. Payment intent is here, and client secret is only this moment is value only for one submit. For one submit, it is from one source and cannot be changed. And because it is important for it is for only this one click on this one transaction and cannot be used for other or changed or other. And that client secret coming in front end. That client secret coming to front end. Of course, here in the back end, we can validate. We can go again with query in our database to see does it order ID correspond with the amount, does it correctly, and all that business logic. What we want about business logic, we can create here, but the result is client secret in front end. And now we go to front end. Front end payment page. Look at this. We go to backend. Now we know why we go to backend with this total amount and order ID. Now we have from data, here in data, coming secret key, secret local, and client secret, client secret. Here we declare client secret object coming from data. It is destructured assignment because here is object. Object when is left side object and right is data, some variable or function. It is destructured assignment, and client secret is object. We know now client secret, and client secret is connection with payment intent. Payment intent is token cryptograph, and client secret is token also, but connected with the payment intent. And now look at where client secret coming here in front. Front end can use Stripe, and by Stripe, this front end Stripe, what guarantee publishable key, but what guarantee client, that Stripe, there is a confirm card payment. This method confirm card payment take all data from form, sensitive data about our card, create token and send it to client. And in parameter, there is a client secret. Client secret is connected with intent. And that intent, Stripe dashboard know all that. Stripe have payment intent token, and now coming client secret directly to Stripe, and that client secret Stripe dashboard Stripe control does it client secret for payment intent, this payment intent, and if it is okay, it is client secret for that payment intent. You see, created object is client secret, and parameter is one parameter client secret, and second parameter is object payment method. Payment method is a token of all, in that token is all elements of form. and like token go to directly to Stripe, but also we created properties that some of the that card would be properties of payment method that can be uh, uh, can be visible in transfer in Stripe dashboard. Take card and look at what is a card. It is elements, object and function get element, a card number element. Uh, we have card and we have billing details. It is only here name card folder, but we can include here all others. It is for Stripe dashboard, but here I take only a name card holder because I will see it in transfer table in Stripe dashboard. But I can here in billing details have street, zip, state, country, etc. But I don't need it in Stripe because I have it in my database, local in e-commerce. Okay, all security data, all sensitive data about card don't we don't take care about that. You see, it go directly Stripe to Stripe from our front end, and it be in Stripe. Stripe take care about that. Uh, Stripe is responsible for card data, and payment is token. Payment method is token. Stripe object use confirm payment and Stripe, this Stripe from front end communicate with Stripe dashboard, Stripe service, and send all elements from payment page would be one token. It is payment method. But on the Stripe side, Stripe from that token, okay, would be communicate with vendor because it is data of credit card. But this element would be in transfer in Stripe dashboard. It would be visible like properties of payment method and would be access like it. Or other expire, 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 expire and CVC. You see, we can take all that. Payment method is one token, and in that token is card number, expiry, card name, and card number, expire, and CVC. But if we want something to catch, you see, we can like this. Elements, get element, card number elements. We also can see expire. We create expire elements dot get elements in and it would be card expire. It is name of element, Stripe element in payment page. And here in billing details, all is now I use only card holder name. Okay. Okay, and that it is token. it goes that token go to Stripe directly, from Stripe to Stripe directly. With that token go client secret. Client secret is connected with intent payment. Intent payment, what is secure in our backend, in our server, not visible in front end. And all together we finished if result error if result, you see, if result, what is result here? It is result of that payment. If that result, there is error message, but also there is a payment intent status. If it is succeeded, we call from front end, we call payment success. We contact payment success endpoint and payment success and send payment intent ID, payment intent ID, result payment intent ID. It is and order ID. We ask for with this, it is payment ID. It is not a payment intent token because it is not here, but now, yeah, payment method, result, there is a payment intent ID. Payment intent will receive payment payment from that confirm payment. Result will have a payment intent ID, payment intent status, and payment intent ID. Here it is, and order ID. It together that two will be controlled here in payment success. Let's go to see what it is, what that endpoint create. Payment intent, again, result. Very, very concentrate and focus. You must look at that this result is because of Stripe and confirm payment, not hypertext and not endpoint. It is directly communication from front end with Stripe, not with backend, but with Stripe. But now, when the result of that was payment method, was payment intent status succeed, now when it is succeed, we send payment intent ID to endpoint and order ID. Of course, that two combination must be. And for validation, that order ID, there is a payment intent ID. And endpoint now, payment success. Let's see what payment success does. Payment success is here, or the payment success endpoint, payment intent ID, order ID. Payment intent ID is not payment intent secret token, what is on the backend. It is something what created in communication Stripe, front-end Stripe to Stripe dashboard. And result of that would be payment intent ID. It is only part of token payment intent. And that payment intent ID is connected with concretely order ID, is safeguard that we spoke about, and that payment for that order ID is successful. And what payment success does? Create, declare update query. It is update orders status paid. Status paid. It means that our server communicate with our database, change pending status to paid status in orders for that order ID. Console log, payment successful. Respond. Here it is. If all is okay, message from server, send, message send, payment successful. And it would be sent back, payment successful. And you see here is there is we here in this endpoint we have nothing with Stripe. We don't use Stripe. We use only for change pending status database for that order ID in paid status. And let's get back when response was payment successful. The message back to payment page. A payment succeeded. You see, we nothing don't, but because this await, if would be some error, process stop here, not move, because if all is okay, and if all is okay, means that response message successful, we go further and we activate this alert, payment successful, thank you for your purchase. And when I push OK in that alert, I will see thank you. I don't need this alert. And it was in some time I need it, but now I have a beautiful confirmation page. Thank you. Okay, I think that I all said, but you now know security is the most important for Stripe, because Stripe work the most sensitive operation with money between banks. And you see now how that security is. And you see that our background and our back end and our front end don't communicate with Stripe. But Stripe library also exists and would be loaded in front end and in back end of our commerce, and always stayed there, ready for payment. That always stayed. They don't go back in Stripe and would be dangerous like that. No, always stayed in front end and communicate with tokens. Stripe from e-commerce communicate with Stripe dashboard. But front end and back end collect, aggregate data and give that data to Stripe parameters. And Stripe create security and responsible for that security. We are responsible only in communication with the customer, refund if something need, how communicate with customer. But about, and that we read all about what we must does in our e-commerce. And I hope that my explanation help you. Security is very important. The job of Stripe company is very sensitive and need a lot of certificate in very frequently times, and it is a lot of money they need for that certificate, because that certificate is from other services, and it is very important. But here is visible that security, how that security implement in this communication. Our front end and our back end don't touch Stripe. Stripe we install Stripe in our front end and in our back end. And that Stripe, when we need communicate with Stripe, front end use Stripe secure by publishable key, and the backend use Stripe secure by secure key. And Stripe communicate with Stripe, but front end, back end put data in parameter of that Stripe, in parameter of method of that Stripe, and that parameter, Stripe tokenize that parameter and send it, of course, by secure line, by hypertext transfer protocol, directly from Stripe in our e-commerce to Stripe dashboard. Our Stripe dashboard is our temporary bank in company Stripe, on platform Stripe. If you need somebody that need video like this one, explanation like this one, inform them, send information by your social network. If you like it, subscribe, place comment, and when community around this video growing our knowledge is big, like community is big. Okay, thank you for watching this video.